Big Ray's Wrestling Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Big Ray's Wrestling Show. You know me, I am the Mark of the Masters, the man with plan. Big Ray here to stay to talk some WWE Night of Champions 2015 today. And ladies and gentlemen, I am joined by WWE Raw correspondent here for OneWrestling.com, Billy Ray Valentine. On Twitter, you can follow him at Billy Ray Hustle. Billy Ray Valentine, I spent almost an hour and a half just going 60 blocks here in New York City. It is 1:45 here on a Thursday night, depending on when you're watching this video. And I know you were passed out somewhere in your couch scratching yourself, buddy.
Watching Doctor Who, waiting for Big Ray to get on the tube so we could talk about Night of Champions, man. What's going on, everybody? What's going on OneWrestling.com?
I got to tell you something. I mean, it's extremely frustrating, and this is going to be a great way for me to vent. Now, I'm looking at the match card, Lou. Whoever Lou is, and Billy Ray Valentine, and I'm looking at the match card. I'm saying to myself, you know what? This may have potential to be a very interesting pay-per-view. I would say
That's a nice way to put it.
I always like to say interesting, but I think it can end up being an entertaining pay-per-view with one or two matches that I really don't give a damn about. But why don't we jump into the pre-show? We're gonna jump right into this, but actually, before I jump into this, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to go to Twitter, and I want you to look up at Big Slam Nation. Ladies and gentlemen, Big Slam Nation is the new conglomerate, the new show here at OneWrestling.com. We are bringing in people like my partner here, Billy Ray Valentine. You got the show, Bill Schuyler. 8-Track Brown. If you don't know who that is, well... You'll know who he is really quickly. He is hilarious. He is amazing. He is very, very talented. 8-Track Brown, follow him on Twitter at Pharaoh Fancy. Guys like the Professor Quintana, you can follow him at Prof. What is it? Prof PW Hustle. Again, guys, we're all members of the PW Hustle podcast. You can find us on Podbeam, Stitcher, and iTunes. And also a very interesting, very young, but also very knowledgeable fan in Fame Black. So we're bringing in a whole group of people. Are you excited about that, Billy Ray?
I'm very excited, man. I'm willing, ready, and able to kick off the nation. You know, Big Slam Nation.
So, ladies and gentlemen, join the Big Slam Nation. Follow us on Twitter again at Big Slam Nation, and on Facebook. Look up Big Slam Nation, guys. You'll find us there. We have a fan page, and it's going to be extremely interactive. I'm not going to get into that when I get to Night of Champions. Let's start off with the kickoff match. We have Neville and the Lucha Dragons versus Cosmic or Comic Wasteland. You have the what are they? The Acolytes? What the hell are these guys called again? The
Ascension.
Oh, the Ascension. The Ascension and Stardust.
Pretty good.
Thank you.
It's better than your Ric Flair.
You think so?
Yes.
Let me tell you something. All right, I'm not gonna get to Ric Flair. Woo. What do you think? First and foremost, I'm gonna ask you really quickly. What do you think of the whole Comic Wasteland gimmick? The whole Comic Wasteland. I guess you could call them a faction now. 3 very interesting characters coming together to, I guess, take over the world of the WWE Universe, if that makes any sense.
Welcome to the Cosmic Wasteland. I think it's just that. I think it's a wasteland. First off, I don't like the Ascension. I've never liked them. Even on NXT, I didn't like them. It's just not my deal. I don't even know what they are. They come out dressed like Egyptologists, like they belong to the Illuminati or something. I have no idea what they do, what they are. I don't know anything about them. Then, one of my favorite wrestlers, Cody Rhodes, they got him dressed up as Stardust, and he makes it go over because he's the man. But regardless of that, it's just not what I want to see him doing. So this whole trio here, I don't really like.
Okay, I have to agree with you. Now, I think the kickoff match would have been better if it was just Neville versus Stardust. They're bringing the Lucha Dragons in, and this match for me just seems too gimmicky. I don't know if it makes any sense what I'm saying. It's too cartoony for me, and for me it kind of insults my intelligence. The these guys, what do you call them? The Ascension or whatever they're supposed to be. These guys have never entertained me in the ring. Um, Again, I don't mean to bash the product, but they're not very believable. I mean, you got the big guy. Connor, is it Connor is the big guy or Victor? No, Victor's a big guy. No, Connor's the big guy.
Connor, Dixon, Rudolph. I have no
Rudolph,
idea.
listen, I think this match is going to be a whole bunch of high spots, and I actually see Neville and the Lucha Dragons uh, pulling a win here. The baby faces will go over here in the pre-show. What do you think, buddy?
You know what? I think it's going to be a semi-exciting match because the Lucha Dragons are great, and we know Neville is awesome. And you know, the other guys can wrestle too. The Ascension, but, you know, Cody Rhodes can go. So I think it's going to be a good match. At that, I would like to see the Lucha Dragons go over. There's so much potential with that tag team. I really dig them. They're not doing anything with them. But and I think that continues in the pay-per-view. You know, I'm going to pick Cosmic Wasteland. I don't know why. My gut tells me to go the other way, but I'm gonna ignore my gut on this one and just go with the Cosmic Wasteland.
I'm just what? Oh God, what is that? What was that?
That was my Stardust impression.
Stardust. You should be doing jazz hands or something. I don't know. All right, it is what it is, brother. But look, dude, I think it'll be an entertaining match. But again, just a spot fest to kind of build interest for you to get the WWE Network and get this pay-per-view or event.
Awesome.
For just $9.99. So now let's jump into the first match that we have. Again, whenever I do predictions here at OneWrestling.com, we try to follow WWE.com, and I try to get a match list from there. But I also like to book it the way I think the matches should go. And we're gonna truly start the event off with Rusev, Budria, Rusev Machka, Mr. Rusev versus Dolph Ziggler. Now, I want to hear what you think about this match and what's going to happen. Then I'll jump into my prediction.
You know, my favorite thing about this whole Rusev Dolph Ziggler angle is that Rusev is just awesome, and he does awesome things like call Lana like Summer, Hot Summer.
Hot Summer.
I love that. It's just great. It's so awesome. Yo, all right. So this feud, right, is boring, but Rusev's been great in it. Mm-hmm. Okay, so. All right, so what happened, I think it was on Raw, right?
Raw, yeah, the box.
Rusev lost as a result of Dolph Ziggler outside interference, right? So, not outside interference, but he gave Lana a box, a present, whatever. So, the way this is going to turn out is that Rusev is going to come out of this a babyface one way or another. Really? I don't even know if they're, either Lana turns on him. I keep saying Lana. Lana's out for 4 months, but I think
Summer Rae looks a lot like Lana. She's dressing like Lana, so I understand how you're getting the whole thing mixed up here, Chief.
That's debatable, but regardless, so Lana's gone for 4 months, but I think the plan with Lana was that she was going to eventually ditch Dolph Ziggler and get with Rusev, like the Macho Man Elizabeth type thing back in the day. Maybe. But that's not happening anymore because Lana's gone. So I think Summer Rae will turn on Rusev. Really? That's possible, yeah. I want to see Rusev win this match because it still struck me, you know, when I saw Rusev lose on Raw, I was like, wow, I don't see Rusev lose very much. I don't watch SmackDown, so I don't know what happens there. But I don't see him lose very much. So, I want to see him continue. I would like to see him put Dolph Ziggler on the accolade and make him a humble and tap him out. But I don't know if I will see that. But I'm going to take Ziggler on this, man.
Do you see a double turn, possibly? Ziggler turning heel, Rusev turning babyface.
I think Ziggler turns heel as a default. See, this was bad for Ziggler. This whole angle, it makes him look like a heel, even though he's supposed to look like the cool guy that gets the girl. But he's rubbing it in Rusev's face every day. Like he looks like somebody you don't like, somebody you can't get behind. You understand? So I think by default he becomes a heel here.
Okay, I agree with you, but I disagree with the outcome of the match. Because Ziggler went over, or because Rusev lost on Raw, I think to continue or to keep this, I guess, what would you say, a rivalry moving along, because I don't think it's the end of the rivalry. I think Rusev has to get a win here. And Rusev looked kind of, he took a super kick to the face, and he really, really sold it. And he looked not weak, but he looked almost beaten. Now I do agree,
Vulnerable.
vulnerable, but I do agree that Summer Rae, I do see Summer Rae kind of turning on Rusev.
Hot
Um,
summer.
Hot Summer, I love that. Isn't it? Rusev. Is it just me? But Rusev actually, he's got some charisma. That guy.
You betrayed me, Big Ray.
I love it. You betrayed me, and almost, I almost feel like he's doing it on freaking purpose. You
He
know,
is doing it on purpose. He's
he's
great.
he's great, man. Rusev is actually one of my very favorites, and excellent in ring. I really, I want this rivalry to be over because I want Rusev to move on to bigger, better things.
Yeah, I agree.
I think he's a monster. I think this guy has championship potential down the road. And he doesn't need a manager. He needs no mouthpiece. The guy is really, really good. But truth be
If
told,
anybody in WWE, sorry to interrupt you, brother.
no,
If anybody in WWE is watching this, he needs Lana. That's what he needs. They should have never broke him up. It was an awesome pairing to begin with. Put him over in the IC title picture. Give him that belt. Have him run with it for a bit. It'll be awesome.
oh my God, you know what? If the WWE can make this happen, they need to bring in a manager for Rusev, and it doesn't have to be Lana. If they can work out, I don't know how much if he has any time on his hands, but if they can actually get Vladimir Putin to come down on a horse and walk Rusev down to the ring, that would be awesome. I mean, the guy looks freaking massive on a horse
I'm sure they can make that happen.
with his man boobs.
Yes.
Just saying.
Or Prince Nana
Oh, Prince Nana.
from the embassy.
That would be interesting.
That'd be awesome.
I don't think he'd ever get a shot in the WWE. But anyway, on that note, I think Rusev goes over. You think Dolph Ziggler goes over again?
I hope Rusev goes over, though. I hope he does.
But it only makes sense to me, but Billy, because I mean, if Dolph wins, did Dolph win the last time? Dolph won the last time too.
The only reason I'm picking Ziggler is because I think Hot Summer is gonna turn on Rusev. So Ziggler would win because of that. I don't know. Maybe Rusev wins by outside interference. I don't know. But I mean, it's. I'm gonna go with Ziggler. You take Rusev.
Okay.
Put it on the board.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Now the next match is a match that I'm interested in, and it's. I actually have really struggled with the outcome of this match. Now we have New Day Rocks. We got New Day, possibly one of the most entertaining, talented tag teams that WWE has had in years, versus the Dudley Boyz, possible the most decorated tag team I think in the history of professional wrestling, and possibly top 5 all time. Again, my opinion, for the WWE Tag Team Championship. Billy Ray, I struggle with this, man. Seriously,
Yeah.
I struggle with this because I figured, New Day is too good to lose the belt. And I don't know if Night of Champions would be a great time to put the belts on the Dudley Boyz. The Dudley Boyz are going to be around for a while. So you think it's possible that the Dudley Boyz kind of all right. I see the New Day going over here. I think it makes all the sense in the world. It's the old moniker that the chase is way more interesting than the title run itself. We saw that with Daniel Bryan. When Daniel Bryan won the WWE Championship, he wasn't as interesting as he was, I feel, when he was chasing and fighting the Authority. I think it's going to be a great match. Bubba Ray is in great shape. Devon's in great shape. And I think they're going to really test these guys. But it's still 3 against 2. And what I believe this will lead into, it's going to be 3 against 2. Possibly the Dudley Boyz lose the match, and then at the end of the match, the 3 actually jump the Dudley Boyz, and I believe we're going to see Spike Dudley. And I think it's going to
Night of Champions.
not a night, well, possibly Night of Champions, maybe at Raw, but sooner or later, I think we're going to see Spike Dudley, and it's going to lead to Dudley Boyz versus the New Day in a big 6-man tag, and eventually down the line, the bigger. What's the next big pay-per-view?
Not sure.
I'm not sure either, but
Not sure.
that's what I actually see. I see the Dudleys winning the title, but not immediately. They'll definitely have one more run. Billy, what do you think?
They're telegraphing that 10th run. They're stressing it so hard. We've been 9-time champions. We got to make 10. So they're gonna have a run with that tag team belt, with the tag team belts once again. I think that's gonna happen. But I agree with you. I don't think it's gonna happen at Night of Champions. Too early. I mean, hey, if it happens, I'm with it. But I think just looking at WWE booking, I don't think they'll give it to them right away. I think the New Day goes over here some way, shape, or form. Like you said, the chase. Eventually, these guys will get put through tables and lose the belts. And hey, maybe we'll see Spike Dudley too.
I mean, what do you feel about seeing Spike Dudley come
That'd
on?
be awesome.
Maybe?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Like have a 3-on-3 match, but it has to be some type of surprise, right? They'll probably do it on Raw since the ratings have been so bad. They're gonna try to boost them somehow, and the Dudleys will be getting obliterated in the ring, and all of a sudden you hear the music, and out comes Spike Dudley, and he helps out.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
I would love to see that, but I guess only time will tell. But again, I think this would be a really fun match. We're gonna see a lot of nostalgia, but dude, it's like when they took the titles off the New Day the first time, and they put them on the team that I guess they really wanted to put them on in the first place, the primetime players. You took them off of the New Day, and dude, New Day rocks.
Hell yeah, it's a great tag team.
New Day rocks. All right, so we're gonna move on. So do we agree that we both pick New Day?
Yeah.
Very cool. So now, I don't know if this is where the match is gonna go in the card, but it makes all the sense in the world, being this early in the night, because Seth Rollins is gonna need his rest if he's gonna defend the WWE World Heavyweight Championship versus Sting, and it would also lead to backstage segments in between time, in between the time. Now, why am I getting into backstage segments? First, I want to hear what your opinion is on this match: Seth Rollins versus John Cena for the WWE United States title. Go ahead, Billy.
Well, here's the deal with that entire scenario. I don't think John Cena should have lost that belt to Seth Rollins to begin with. Really didn't see the point of it. I thought Cena should have handed that off to an up-and-comer that he could have made by passing the torch, passing that U.S. title to him. Somebody like Kevin Owens. I think they should have dropped it to Kevin Owens, but they didn't. They gave it to Seth Rollins, who did need it. So I think in order to repair that, John Cena gets this title back at Night of Champions. I think John Cena wins, gets the title back, and maybe they can take it and he can continue to do the U.S. Open challenges on Raw and eventually lose to somebody that's a little more deserving. I'm not saying that Seth Rollins isn't deserving. I've said several times that Seth Rollins is the best wrestler in the world. He just doesn't need that U.S. title. They could do more with that. Give it to somebody, elevate somebody. Give it to Neville. Give it to somebody that needs it, that can run with it, and can benefit from beating Cena, taking that title from him.
Absolutely.
Feel me?
Absolutely. I feel you 100%. I agree. I actually have John Cena winning this match. Again, A-Track Brown is gonna lose his mind when I say this, but John Cena has been putting forth great match after great match. He's been telling great stories in the ring. Yeah, he botches a stunner here and there, a springboard stunner here and there, but truth be told, man, John Cena is the face of the WWE. John Cena is the type of talent that makes the title. The title doesn't make him. And John Cena can make someone. I mean, A-Track will say that John Cena doesn't push anyone. I disagree with that. I really think Seth Rollins and John Cena have been making themselves look really, really good in the matches together over the last few months. And everybody John Cena's been in the ring with, listen, I think we spoke about this in the PW Hustle. If we're doing a match of the year, the top 10 match of the year, John Cena may have what?
Like 3, 4, 5, possibly. You can go down the line. I mean, hey, there's a lot of Cena haters, man. I understand that. I was one of them for a long time. Listen, bottom line is you can't deny that he's been having great matches. Listen, just take a look at that match that he had with Sheamus on Monday Night Raw. Normally, that's something I would go to sleep for, but it was actually a good match. I'm not saying it was a 5-star match, guys. That's not what I'm saying. But it was a good, entertaining, hard-hitting match. Cena can do this with just about anybody. See, and back to A-Track Brown, he has issues with the truth. You understand? He just can't come to terms with certain things. We got to excuse him on that.
You got to rise. A-Track Brown, you need to rise above the hate. Yo, dude, maybe we should we should all chip in and buy him a Rise Above the Hate t-shirt from WWEshop.com. What do you think?
I think he has them in all different colors in his house, and he's not admitting to
Probably
it.
does, right? You know what he probably does? A-Track probably puts on the little bandana, the wristbands like my son Aiden. He probably has a spinner belt just like this, and he probably runs around. "Ding, ding, ding, ding." You think? I mean,
Turns on the theme music. I've seen him do it in the subway here in New York City.
no, you have not.
Next time I'm gonna tape it and put it on the hustle page,
That would be
so everybody else can see it.
that would be amazing. So anyway, so I think we both agree that John Cena goes over here and takes back the United States title. But really quickly before we move into the next match, so John Cena takes the title away from Seth Rollins. This is where I'm saying I believe that Seth Rollins, um, it kind of makes sense. You put the match at this part of the card, and then somewhere after the next two matches, you have Seth Rollins basically losing it backstage, maybe getting in the face of the authority out of frustration, so on and so forth. It just makes all the sense in the world to me to have John Cena win this title back. But then who does John Cena put over next? I know I'm putting you on the spot, but what do you think?
I don't know, man. Maybe Sami Zayn returns and he gets it. That's possible. When is he supposed to come up? I mean, come back, I should say. I think when he comes back, he's the obvious candidate to take it and run with it at this point. Because we got Kevin Owens in the IC title picture. We'll talk about that later.
Oh, yeah.
But I would like to see Sami Zayn. First off, they'd have an amazing match. Second, they'd have an amazing feud. And third, he can benefit from this. And I think he'll carry that momentum. See, because it's a tricky thing, the U.S. title. You can give it to somebody that may not carry the momentum, and then we're back to stage one. And the title means nothing again. I think Sami Zayn can carry the momentum that John Cena has already given it. Get me?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the next pay-per-view is it the next major one? Is it the Royal Rumble?
Survivor Series, if you want to count that
Survivor
as a major
Series.
paper.
It's absolutely a major. It's one of the top 5 pay-per-views in the WWE. Survivor Series. So that makes all the sense in the world. I'm gonna go back again to the whole Dudley Boyz thing, because I kept running in my mind what the hell the next pay-per-view was. But anyway, now again going back to John Cena with Seth Rollins, I would love to see John Cena in maybe a series against Cesaro again. I would love to see Cesaro with that United States title. I really can't think of anybody else. Maybe a young kid. Maybe if John Cena wants to make a name, maybe eventually over time bringing up a guy like Apollo Crews, putting a belt on that guy.
That would be crazy.
That would be great. Imagine John Cena versus Apollo Crews.
And there's history to this. They brought up Kevin Owens pretty quickly, so it would surprise me. I can't say it wouldn't surprise me. It would surprise me to see Apollo Crews on Monday Night Raw, 2 weeks from now. But if it happens, that's not a bad deal because that dude can go. He's ready to go right now. So
well, now
that's a good pick. I like that.
Thank you very much. Now speaking of things that went and are gone, we're jumping into the Divas Championship match, and what is gone is
Hot Summer.
Forget about Hot Summer. The record by AJ. Are we allowed to say AJ Lee? Yes, we are. We're allowed to say AJ Lee was the longest reigning Divas champion, not women's champion. Again, we all know Fabulous Moolah held that belt for a couple of decades.
For 60 years.
Yeah, almost, right? But dude, listen, man, we have Nikki Bella, the new record holder for the longest reign of a Divas Championship after that crazy finish here in Raw, where she actually won the match by disqualification, and I think she got a lot of heat for that, winning that match, because people really wanted Charlotte to win that match. Listen, who do you think goes over in this match? I'm very clear as to what I think is going to happen, but
Charlotte has to go over, right? If Charlotte doesn't win, I don't.
Riot?
I mean, I don't think we riot. I don't know if we're there to that level yet, but yeah, she has to win. I had an issue with the WWE forcing the issue of this longest reign. I mean, I get it. You wanted Nikki Bella to have the longest reign, not AJ Lee. I get all that. But I thought it would be a better story to be told that she loses it with a couple of seconds left. I thought that would have been a better story.
It just wouldn't work out because apparently people all over the internet were calculating the specific time.
This is the WWE. That doesn't count. We don't know specific times. At 1:34 a.m., she won the Divas title, so we got to go by that. Nobody cares about that.
What if there was like some botchy finish at Raw, and they stopped the clock.
You can't stop the clock. Clock
Why?
keeps going.
You sure?
Yeah.
Why not? It's a WWE universe. You can do whatever the hell you want. You stop the clock and continue it at the pay-per-view. Well, I mean, whatever happened already. I mean, this woman is the new record holder for the Divas title, but I do believe that the new Divas champion will be Charlotte. I think she makes Nikki tap out to the figure eight.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
And I think it's gonna be a really good match. I think Nikki's gonna really, really impress some people here.
I think Nikki Bella's gotten better.
She's gotten much better. I mean,
Yeah.
but how do you think she's gotten better?
I think I mean, I thought she was horrible, and now she's not. You know, I mean, I'm not saying she's great.
What a compliment.
It kind of, you know, she's worked hard. Both of them have worked hard. I mean, you can tell whether you like them or not. I'm not saying they're the greatest wrestlers in the world. She's no Charlotte. She's not Sasha Banks by any stretch, Bailey or any of these girls, you know, any of these ladies. But it's better than what we were getting originally. Okay, she can kind of hang with some of these ladies in the ring. So I'm interested in this match. I want to see how it goes. I want to see how Nikki Bella looks in the ring, and let's see what type of deal they pull off here. But yeah, Charlotte should win this, man.
Now, my only fear is that this match can go one or two ways. I think it's going to be a really good match, but it could
or
go
just absolutely horrible.
just a botch fest. And it ain't gonna be. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, it ain't gonna be Charlotte's fault. I'll tell you that, because she is a supreme athlete in that ring. But I'm gonna go with again. I'm gonna go with a new Divas champion, and Nikki Bella, and I think an entertaining match. I don't know if they're gonna get the time that they deserve. What do you think? You think they'll get more than 10 minutes?
Well, maybe. Yeah. I was actually about 10 minutes. Maybe a little more than that. They're gonna get some time.
Okay. All right, very cool. So we both agree that Charlotte is the new Divas champion.
Yeah. Sweep it.
Very cool. Now, this is the match I really want to focus on. Because I have a few scenarios I want to run by you, and I don't want to spend too much time. We're already about half an hour into this, and we're almost done. We have Roman Reigns. Actually, all right. First, we have the Wyatt family. Braun Strowman, Luke Harper, and Bray Wyatt versus Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and to be announced.
Mystery guy.
To be announced. Or girl. Could be a girl. Could be China.
It could be Executioner number 2.
Oh my God, that would be awesome. It could be Abe Knuckleball Schwartz. We don't know. It could be anyone.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying it could be Baron Corbin.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's who it may be. But I have a twist, and I have a couple of scenarios. Now, some people were wondering if it could be what was the other guy's name? The big redhead.
Yeah, Eric Rowan.
Eric Rowan. But I believe he's hurt, and I don't think
He was hurt, so maybe he comes back as a surprise. But anyway, go ahead.
I think he was supposed to be out for an entire year.
Really?
That's what I heard. Now,
Okay.
if he wasn't back, and they did the whole black sheep versus white sheep, or whatever the hell, this ain't a race war thing, you know what I mean? The different colors of the mask. But what I would have done is, I would have Eric Rowan. Yeah, he joins these guys, but then he turns on them, and they create a super faction of the Wyatt family.
Well, that makes sense. If they're gonna bring in Eric Rowan, which I think he's the leading candidate for one.
Oh no!
If they're gonna bring in Eric Rowan, I'm not saying it's a good thing. I just think he's the leading candidate. That's the first thing I thought.
Why don't we talk about who the candidates are? Because I have a couple of guys in mind.
All right, so we got Eric Rowan, who I think is number 1. We got Baron Corbin, who you think is number 1. I think is number 2.
I didn't say he was number 1.
You don't think he's number 1? You think it's going to be Baron Corbin?
I actually think it may be Samoa Joe.
It could be Samoa Joe, okay, but I think that's not likely. Okay. And they talk about The Rock, and I think that's even less likely.
The Rock ain't gonna happen. The Rock is
I
too
think it's
busy,
even less likely.
having very awkward sex scenes on his great show. I'm not even gonna get into that. That was.
I don't watch Ballers, bro.
I watch Ballers, and Jennifer used to love Jennifer. That was her favorite guy. She loved The Rock. He was beautiful. All this other garbage. And then she saw him in that love scene, and she said he looked stiff as a board.
Oh gosh.
And I don't mean in a good way, ladies and gentlemen, or ladies, but that was the most awkward thing I've ever seen. But anyway, what are we talking about? We're talking about Roman Reigns, who's a cousin of The Rock. I don't think The Rock shows up.
No, no, no. I mean, it's even less likely. But I think those are the four possibilities, right? I don't think Samoa Joe shows up. That's just me.
Samoa Joe would be awesome. Just Samoa Joe's a little too short.
Yeah, but he can go. No, so I think it's going to be Eric Rowan. And if they bring in Eric Rowan, it'll be anticlimactic, but he should turn on them like you said, and that would make it awesome. That would make a... go ahead.
Here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
I think it is going to be Baron Corbin.
Okay.
But Baron Corbin is a lone wolf.
Okay.
You have a sheep, and then you have a wolf.
Mm.
I think, mark my words, again, I don't have any inside knowledge. This is just me booking the match.
Okay.
But I think Baron Corbin gets in the face of Braun Strowman, and I believe he turns and becomes that new member of the Wyatt family, and they create a super duper monster faction. There's another guy who I think would be interesting, and I'm gonna get your take on this.
Let me give you my take on Baron Corbin real quick before we get into your other interesting guy. Baron Corbin, right? So I think it's a problem with this kid because in NXT he doesn't really, he's not really there. He's just kind of bland. People aren't really into him. They're like, here, there. And then when he shows up in the WWE, what do you expect? If the NXT crowd isn't reacting to him as you would like, as somebody like Finn Balor or somebody like, Sami Zayn, I could go on and on. If the NXT universe isn't reacting to him that way, how is the WWE universe going to react to him? Are they even going to know who this kid is? You understand me? I'm not the biggest fan of Baron Corbin. I hope you do your thing. If you get on the pay-per-view, I hope you go out and blow people away. I'm just saying, as of right now, I'm not the biggest fan of Baron Corbin, and I think that's another anticlimactic move.
Well, I mean, you have to have somebody that's going to be able to look eye to eye with that big monster Braun Strowman.
Is he going to be big enough to do that? This dude is a monster. Have
like
you seen
6'8".
Roman Reigns? Roman Reigns looks like a little kid compared to Braun Strowman. It was crazy. Like you can't see if Braun Strowman is standing in front of Roman Reigns, you can't see Roman Reigns. That's nuts.
I want to look up Baron. I mean, not Baron. What's his name?
Braun Strowman.
No, not Braun Strowman. But no, Baron Corbin.
Corbin. Yes.
Baron Corbin. Now, I don't want to dead air, but Baron Corbin, I want to see what his. I think the guy's about 6'8". Do you disagree, or I mean?
I don't know. I don't know how tall he is. I remember in NXT he wrestled NXT Brooklyn Takeover. He wrestled Samoa Joe, and he was bigger than Joe, but he wasn't that much bigger than Joe.
All right, so right now we have Baron Corbin listed at 6'8", 275.
Wow, that's a big dude.
It's a big boy. And he can go, and he's a hell of an athlete. People don't know this guy was a great. This guy could play football. He was a great football player. He was a great all-around athlete in high school and college and so on and so forth. I don't know about college, but I'm definitely sure he was a great high school athlete. I mean, that's a big dude, and he'll look this guy right in the eye. The only thing is that and he's a monster. He's billed as a monster there. Now the other guy. Hear me out.
The other interesting guy?
Hear me out. You're going to think I'm crazy.
I already do, so.
Well, read between the lines. What if I told you brother versus brother?
It's not happening. But that'd be awesome.
And they bring in Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas believes in the cause of Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, and he turns babyface.
It'll be believe. Go ahead.
For a moment before Bo Dallas turns around, I think in any scenario they bring in, I have a feeling whoever they bring in is going to turn against them.
It'll be believe that and believe together,
that would be. But I that's just a little fun pick. But I think Baron Corbin comes in. Baron Corbin makes a statement. Baron Corbin turns. Baron Corbin helps create this makes this Wyatt family possibly one of the most devastating factions since the Heenan family.
All right, so I got the same thing with Eric Rowan. Who wins?
Oh, the Wyatt family.
Absolutely, 100%. Sweep it.
The Wyatt family win.
Yeah.
All right, so it's
Due to the turning of whoever the partner is.
exactly, and I think they just decimate Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. That would be awesome. So now we have one of my very, very favorite guys for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. We have stupid Ryback. Well, he's not stupid. That's what he says. I don't want him to hear that and then kick my, you know what, if he ever sees me. We have Ryback defending the title versus Kevin Owens. Excuse me. What do you think? 1 second. Excuse me. What do you think happens in this match? Who goes over, and does the title change hands? Billy Ray.
Title does not change hands. I think Ryback keeps this title. I think it's gonna be some type of screwy finish or a disqualification. I don't see Kevin Owens getting pinned here. And if he does get pinned, it's not gonna be clean. But for some reason, I just don't see Kevin Owens getting that IC title right away. This pay-per-view is a lot of wishing for me. I want some things to happen. I just don't see them happening. I would love to see Kevin Owens get a run with this belt. Turn on your mic. There you go.
I'm back. So I also struggle with this match. With this match, because
I struggle with a lot of things.
I do. I struggle with tying my shoes and chewing bubble gum at the same time. But it wasn't that funny, Lou. It's fine. But
I'm laughing at my joke, not yours.
Oh. So we got Ryback versus Kevin Owens. Now Kevin Owens is really over, but Kevin Owens is yo. Do you know that they're kind of doing this whole grumpy cat thing with Kevin Owens?
No.
Take a look.
What are they doing?
Take a look at Grumpy Cat and look at Kevin Owens.
What they look like?
While I talk about this, I'm gonna bring up a picture of Grumpy Cat and put it on the screen. But I think Kevin Owens actually I think he gets disqualified also.
Oh, there you go.
Because it makes all the sense in the world. Kevin Owens, Ryback doesn't lose the title. I think Ryback wins the match. And I sent you my notes, and I don't know if you even read them, but I did feel that it would also be a screwy finish, and I felt that this man right here, Kevin Owens, looks just like Kevin Owens. I think Kevin Owens just loses it and just pummels Ryback, maybe hitting him with a steel chair. Maybe Ryback, is a little too strong for Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens doesn't know how to deal with his power, because Kevin Owens is a powerful man. You've seen him get very frustrated in the ring with John Cena. John Cena also very powerful man. I don't know, man. But I think it's gonna be a good match. You see, people underestimate Ryback a lot. I know early in his career he quote unquote hurt people, so on and so forth. But truth be told, man, I think he's gotten a hell of a lot better. I love his charisma. I like the big guy. I love that stuff. I love when he talks. He's actually a very intelligent guy, and not horrible on the mic. I think the WWE is really trying to push this guy as a true Intercontinental Champion, and I think they want to legitimize his run. And I think to help legitimize the run of Ryback, they are going to put him over, even if it's in a dirty finish. They're going to put him over Kevin Owens. So
I think Kevin Owens gets this belt at some point. I mean, he may not get it now, but I think he gets it at some point. He's going to beat Ryback.
You believe that?
At some point, yeah. Ryback isn't going to have a super long run with this belt.
No, you think it's over after that?
He's gonna get beat, but I just don't think it's gonna happen at Night of Champions for some reason.
Kevin Owens will get WWE Gold soon.
He's a prize fighter. It's his gimmick. He needs to have a belt, right?
It would totally make sense if they put that in the Intercontinental Championship just to kind of see where it goes. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, Kevin Owens, or Grumpy Cat, whatever the hell they want to call him, Kevin Owens, man, that dude is gonna be WWE World Heavyweight Champion. It's gonna happen.
You think so?
I think he's too good. He's too good on the mic. He gets too much heat.
That's a bold prediction, brother.
I'm telling you, this guy is going to be the champion. He's going to win that title. I'm not going to say if he's going to win it this year. It's going to be, but you know what? It's going to be sooner than later. I'll tell you that. I think Kevin Owens gets in the title picture really, really soon because he's shown he can work with anybody. He's shown that he can. Man, you know what's funny about Kevin Owens or Kevin Steen, if you remember him as Kevin Steen. This guy, people absolutely love him, and he still gets booed because of the heat he's able to bring.
Yeah.
Apparently, he was in Canada, and he said some really, really derogatory things about the Canadian crowd, which he's Canadian, and he got booed. I mean, how difficult is it for a bad guy who people absolutely love? They want to cheer him, and he's able to. The only thing I don't like when he cowers, because like this week on Raw, depending on when you're watching this, he kind of backed away from Ryback, and I don't like that. I think Kevin Owens should be face to face. You know what I'm saying? Give the guy a freaking a shot in the junk. Do something dirty, but don't walk away scared. Maybe Ryback turns around, he hits him in the nuts, and then walks away. That makes more sense. But
I think the whole thing is that he's a prize fighter, so he's not gonna fight you right then and there. He'll fight you when it matters. So that's
Okay.
that's the gimmick supposedly. So
that makes sense. That makes all
I
sense.
met I met I met Kevin Owens a couple of times when he was back in ROH, and he's a super cool dude, man.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Is he anything like Grumpy Cat?
I've never met Grumpy Cat.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
It's Kevin Owens right there.
No, that kind of looks like Kevin Owens actually.
Dude, that's Kevin Owens.
Yeah, that is Kevin Owens.
That's
They
his,
should
that's his promo
make some
pic.
shirts.
Can you imagine that? Some Grumpy
Kill-
Cat. I hope they don't do stuff. I think Chris Jericho mentioned that in the house show. He called him. He said he looked like Grumpy Cat, and the fans went crazy. Maybe next time we go to Barclays Center or MSG, we can start that chant. But I want to jump into the main event of the evening. And again, this is tough for me to really figure out. You got Seth Rollins, after losing the United States title, defending the WWE World Heavyweight Championship versus the Icon, Sting. I think Seth Rollins loses both his titles.
Wow. You
And
lying?
Nope, because remember about a month ago, you asked the question,
Mhm.
will Sting ever win the heavyweight championship? And me and A-Track Brown both said yes. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. Sting wins the title. It's gonna be something's crazy gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be botchy. It's gonna be crazy interference. It's gonna be nuts. I think it's gonna be pendulum. I like using that word, pendulum. But I think Sting wins the match. Sting gets the pin, maybe with the Scorpion Death Drop. I don't think he makes Seth Rollins tap. And I'll tell you what. I'll tell you another thing. I think I think people are too. It'll be too predictable if Sheamus comes in to cash in the Money in the Bank title match, the Money in the Bank match. I think that match happens at what's the next pay-per-view you said?
I don't know the next pay-per-view. I know Survivor Series is what you're talking about, right?
Okay, so I
It's
I
the next
think
big one. So
I think the next match would happen in Survivor Series between Sting and Sheamus, or I mean, I would even go as far as saying that I think that if Sheamus tries to cash it in, I mean, if I was booking it, I would have Sheamus fail.
I would have Sheamus fail as well, but I think that the chances of Sting walking out of there with that WWE title are slim to none. As much as I would like to see it happen, I think Seth Rollins walks out with that belt. And if by some fluke, something crazy happens, and the referee accidentally counts to 3 when Sting is covering Seth Rollins, and Sting wins because of some screwy finish like that was a mistake from the get. I think they send Sheamus out immediately, and he takes the belt. This is not. Wow, dude. Let me tell you, if I'm ever gonna be surprised in professional wrestling, this is gonna be it. And let me give you a couple of reasons why this would be super surprising.
Okay.
Sting, the legend Sting, WCW champ, NWA champ, and TNA champ, comes into the WWE.
What the hell's TNA?
You know,
They have a title?
not according to PWI, but
Okay.
yeah,
Anyway,
they do have a.
As you were saying.
So, he comes into the WWE, the legend, the icon, right? And then he wrestles Triple H for no apparent reason. I don't understand why he wrestled Triple H. He should have been wrestling The Undertaker, but that is what it is. And then he loses to Triple H. No reason why. Don't understand it. Loses to Triple H, right? So then all of a sudden they turn that loss, his 0-1 record in the WWE, and give him a title shot as a result. Up until last Monday, Seth Rollins doesn't have a victory in the WWE. And if you want to count a tag match.
Sting doesn't have a victory.
Why am I saying Seth Rollins? Sting. And if you want to count the tag match, when he put Seth in the score what is it? The sharpshooter.
The
Scorpion Deathlock. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when he put him on that and he won as a default, he wins that match, fine. He's not winning the WWE title.
Tell me. You're telling me that Sting doesn't deserve because he's 0-1 or whatever, 0-2,
hey,
whatever it is?
No, I don't think he deserves. No, storyline wise, it doesn't make sense. That's all I'm saying.
No. There are plenty of times where you see someone who's not the champion get a championship shot because of their past. I mean, I think Sting has the resume to get a title shot. He's one of those guys that doesn't matter where he's ranked. It doesn't matter how many wins and losses he has. The guy has earned his shot. I don't see a problem with them giving Sting a title shot. I don't care whether he's 0-1 or 0-5 in WWE. The guy is an icon in the business. He's won the WCW title, the NWA title. I mean, he basically carried that franchise on his back. And he won some minor league title over there in Florida. What was it called? Something.
TNA.
Yeah,
TNA.
thing. Yeah, that thing. He won the company that will no longer exist. But
actually, I think they got extended, right? Supposedly, I heard something like that. I can't confirm that, so don't quote me on it.
Yeah, they got extended to another week. They didn't get. I heard the PW Hustle. Why does A-Track Brown listen to these morons? I mean. Some people just
no. I read that. They definitely got extended 1 week at least.
Yeah, 1 week, but they didn't get extended past December. Like apparently, A-Track likes to find tweets and just quote them as gospel, dude.
I don't know. I think I saw something today that says they got extended through the end of the year, but I'm not sure.
I would hope so. A-Track Brown, stop reading random tweets from people that their names are Deadpool. Anyway.
But listen, I have no problem with Sting winning the WWE title. I would love to see it happen. Okay, and yeah.
Then watch this weekend because it's gonna happen.
I'm gonna watch. I just don't think it's gonna happen. I mean, I might. I don't know what I would do if Sting wins this belt. I mean, that's the most unlike. That would be surprise of the year for really? Sting. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing that would top it. Nothing that would top it in the pro wrestling world. If he wins this title. It would be the biggest shock of 2015.
Really? Well, ladies and gentlemen, prepare to be shocked. Because I am predicting again that Seth Rollins leaves WWE Night of Champions titleless and will lead into one hell of a Raw. You know why? Because the Authority won't have his back anymore. They won't need him. He's not the champ. The Authority may look to pick someone else as their new champion. And I think this will eventually lead to a match between Seth Rollins and Triple H.
See, that makes sense. I still don't think Sting will win, but that makes sense. That makes super sense to me.
Just think about it. I mean, eventually Seth Rollins is going to have that face turn. He's going to have a major run as that Tyler Black character. Excuse me. Again, my prediction: Seth Rollins walks out with no titles. Sting, even if it's for 1 month, will be your WWE World Heavyweight Champion. You have any closing comments before we go home?
That would be awesome. That would be awesome to add the WWE title to his resume. He deserves it, man. He really does. He really does. Even at 50 or whatever his age is now, he can have a run with that belt. You know, and they should give it to him, and it would be awesome to see. And I would love to be absolutely 100% wrong on this prediction. I would love it. I would come here the next day and just talk about how wrong I was and how beautiful it is that I'm wrong. I just don't think it's gonna happen, man. I just cannot see it. I can't see it happening.
Well, I definitely can see it, but again, there's no right and wrong here, ladies and gentlemen. These are our opinions. Ladies and gentlemen, WWE Night of Champions will be September 20th. You can get it on the WWE Network for just $9.99. And Billy Ray Valentine, before I go home, I had one question for you. And we have a gentleman by the name of Bill Apter, who is an icon here at OneWrestling.com, and he keeps asking all these people
I've
the
heard
same
of him.
question. I'm sure you have.
Mhm.
And my question to you is wrestling fixed?
Is wrestling fixed?
Yeah.
I, I didn't know it was broken.
That book will be coming out next month in October, ladies and gentlemen. I will be with Bill Apter October 3rd at the Legends of the Ring in New Jersey. Go to Bill, I think on Facebook, on Philip Bill Apter's Facebook, he has more information regarding it. But ladies and gentlemen, again, is wrestling fixed? I didn't know it was broken. Bill Apter's memoirs, it's history in written form, coming from an icon in the pro wrestling history. A guy has been there since the early 1970s, and even before that, one of the top photographers in the boxing world. It's going to be a really great read. I'm getting my autographed copy, Billy Ray. I hope you get yours. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been our review of WWE, or our preview of WWE
Predictions. Yeah.
predictions, our preview of WWE Night of Champions 2015. Ladies and gentlemen, you can follow us here at OneWrestling.com, YouTube /OneWrestling video. Follow us on Twitter at OneWrestling. Follow me on Twitter at Big Ray Show. Follow Billy Ray Valentine on Twitter at Billy Ray Hustle. And don't forget to follow Bill Apter at After One Wrestling. And of course, our new members. Oh, of course, You Got the Show. Our buddy Bill Skyler, follow him on Twitter again at You Got the Show, and we're gonna bring in some other guys like 8-Track Brown. Follow him at Pharaoh of Fancy, and the Professor Quintana. Follow him at PROFPW Hustle, and of course our little buddy Fame Black. Follow him on Twitter at Fame Black. This guy, look, he chuckles. This guy is hilarious, ladies and gentlemen. Look out. Follow at Big Slam Nation, ladies and gentlemen. Next month it is coming to OneWrestling.com. Do you have anything to say, Billy Ray?
Big Slam Nation is gonna be awesome. We're gonna debate stuff all day long. Not all day long, I'm lying. But we are gonna debate stuff, and it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait for Big Slam Nation, man.
Interviews, previews, predictions. It's going to be debates. We're even looking to have some type of wrestling fantasy draft, dude. It's going to be fan interactive. It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. I want you to join us. Billy Ray Valentine, I always say this. I would do this for a living. But if I can, I would do it anyway. Why? Because I love talking wrestling. Billy Ray Valentine, in the words of the legend Bill Apter, we will see you
At the matches.
at the matches, brother. Peace, guys. Enjoy the
Take it easy, guys.